So one of the things that we quite often get called up about is that the stitch regulation isn't working. And what it can often be is that if someone's come around to the back of the machine, in this case an Avante, and have been doing some pantographs, they can sometimes catch this grey cable. And when they catch this grey cable, it just comes out, okay, if you catch it hard. And it might not be completely out, but it's like this. It has a little cutout at the bottom, and the same is true on the actual plug. And so to put it back in, it's very simple. You just push it. That grey cable is the encoder cable, and the other end of it goes to the encoder that's on the side of the machine, and this has a rubber wheel. Occasionally this rubber wheel either gets a dent in it or has a problem and it's not connecting properly. So whatever you do, just make sure that that is actually moving correctly backwards and forwards and is connecting with the track. Because if it isn't, and say you've taken it off the machine, it is possible to bend this arm, in which case this won't be running. Also, if it's spinning, you can actually take this rubber wheel off, and there's a tiny Allen key screw hole in the on the inside of this. I'm not going to take it off, but there's a tiny little Allen key that holds that in place and stops this wheel spinning on the spindle, and that can be loose. We've sometimes had that. The other thing to watch out for on the encoder is, this is a more recent version of the encoder, but some of them are open style, where you can actually see the circuit board. In this case, it's now enclosed, which is much better. But this encoder cable, it ends up over here. There's two flat wires that come into here, and that needs to be plugged in as well. And the other place that you need to double check is this one here. So this is on this side of the machine, and if you've moved it or taken it somewhere, you might have forgotten to plug that in. Okay, so that's the encoders. Those are things to check.